What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Bugs' DCS Cruise. For this one, we're going to strap back into the Apache again. Like I said, I do have this on the 2-week free trial, so I don't own her just yet, so I got to give her back in a couple of days, unfortunately. So far, I'm really digging flying this thing. It's a lot of fun, and for this one, we're just going to add on to that. I'll touch on that in a second, but I just want to take a quick second. I do have a new poll up in the community section. It's if you guys want to try flying my Sam Dance course. So far, I got a couple of votes on it. So let's get a couple more in there. I do have an idea in mind. If it takes off and I do end up uploading it, I'm toying around with something. And one of the lucky viewers will get to cash in on that little benefit. So, more on that later. Go check out the poll. Let me know what you guys think. Those are for my DCS pilots. And if you guys don't fly it and you guys want to give it a shot, highly recommended. So, for tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to take the Apache up again, and we're actually going to go deploy some weapons. So I got 8 Hellfire strapped onto this baby, plus the chain gun. And we have quite a few targets out yonder. So they're a couple miles away. We're going to let our good old gunner up front do his job, and I'm going to do mine. So, yes, the aircraft is flyable from both positions, but I'm not going to be deploying any of the weapons at all. I'm not going to be working the targeting system. That's Numbnuts' job up front. I believe in the Apache he's called George. So, we'll see how good George does. And if George does good, then maybe he'll get a raise and a call sign. We'll see what happens. So he's going to work the guns, missiles, and the sensors. I'm going to fly the aircraft. That's the way that the Army does it, I believe, unless something changes on the fly, but that's how we're going to work it. I'll fly, he'll shoot. So without any further ado, let's unpause, let's get ourselves set up from here, and let's go see what damage we can do with the Apache. Okay. This should be interesting. I just skimmed through a couple of things really quick on how to get these things off with our buddy up there. So let's get him set up now. I want to get him... Okay, so... Alright, so he's on his free fire mode, so now he's working all the weapons and whatnot from up front. But we'll check back in with him in a couple of minutes. Let's just get this thing up in the air and work out to our target area. If this thing works out, I'll see if I can do a mission with the JTAC with her before I have to give her back. And we're going to arm up once we get a little bit closer in. And the last thing I need is an oops on the ground with this thing, because I have no idea how to work 3/4 of the controls on this thing. But here we go, guys. We are a little heavy, so we are going to roll a little bit for our takeoff. Whoop. Little too too much on that one there, Bugs. Jeez. What the hell was that? Let's try this again, guys. What the hell? I really am not a fan of the tail wheel steering on this thing. I will be totally honest about that. Just a little finicky to get used to. I'm still trying to figure out how to exactly work the damn thing. Definitely not easy. So I do have... You have to juggle, honestly, 4 controls at the same time. Between the brakes, the pedals, your collective, and your cyclic. Wow. Okay, that was quite interesting. Alright, we're gonna roll from here. Tail wheels locked so we don't go ass over tea kettle, because that won't be very good. And then we'll get everything switched over once we get in the air. You can see our targets are over about our 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock-ish. So let's go see what we could do. And actually, you know what? We'll take off from the taxiway because she is a little bit heavier. Between the 8 Hellfires, the full belly of ammo, and I do have an internal auxiliary fuel tank on this right as well, so an extra 100 gallons of fuel. Alright, at least we can get a rolling start here and hope for the best. Alright guys, let's see what we could do with this thing.
Aircraft's armed.
Okay, so he armed it up himself. That's awesome. Okay, perfect. All right.
Launching Hellfire.
All right, so we just got the Hellfires coming online. Let's switch our map or our right DDI display over. If I can get the damn mouse. Oh, that's not cool. Oh, there we go. Alright. So now we're looking at what he's looking at up in the front seat. Alright, guys. Let's see if we could do good work with the Apache. So we want to get a little closer, but not too close. Because the Dishkas will shoot at us, and we all know what those can do. So we're not going to find that out the hard way. Alright. So we are armed. We've got our Hellfire selected. Alright. Looks like there's our targets. Let me steady this thing up to him as best I can.
And slaving. Deslaving.
Alright, looks like he's got a lock on him. Yep, there they are. Alright, we want to steady out. We don't want to get too close. Let's hold right about here.
Pausing gun. Setting burst to 20. Aircraft safe.
Why would he safe the thing and we're getting shot at? What's wrong with him? Oh! Okay. This isn't good.
Slaving. Now deslaved. Now deslaved.
You're an idiot. Rifle.
Rotor RPM low.
Those are good hits.
Shack. Alright, let's try that again. That was a little hairy.
Rotor RPM high.
And slaving. Now deslaved. Target in sight. Blazing. Lasers off. Those are good hits.
Good kill.
And slaving. Now deslaved. Target in sight. Blazing. Lasers off.
Rifle.
Good effects, good. Deslaving. Target in sight. Blazing. Lasers off.
Rifle.
Good effects, good effects.
Good hit. One more down there is not very happy with us. I gotta keep her a little steadier. But this is my first time doing this with the Apache, so... Wow, we can track somebody right down behind a wall. Whoa, that's spooky. I like it though.
And slaving. Target acquired. Blazing. Lasers off.
Rifle. Shack.
Target destroyed.
Excuse me, folks. Sorry about that.
Slaving. Deslaving.
Alright, that's the end of that Dishka column, that's for sure.
D-Wast. Wast and gun.
Alright, let's go see if there's any of the infantry down there that we have to clean up, and then we'll bring her on home.
Out-deslaved. Slaving.
I don't think there's anything left down there. Let me get some altitude. I'll give a quick F10 SA picture and see what we got. Nope, there is nothing left except the 2 static targets. Okay. So the Apache is pretty deadly, guys.
Aircraft's armed. Aircraft's armed. Aircraft's armed. Aircraft's armed.
Safe the thing, you dope. What are you doing?
D-Wast.
Now safe the friggin' aircraft.
Aircraft's armed.
You dunce. Alright, I guess he doesn't want to listen to that, but whatever, that's fine. Alright, let's bring this thing home. Okay, so once you get a hang of how to actually get the weapons off of it, it's really not that bad. The biggest thing that I have to work on right now that I see is just holding this thing stable and then trying just to manipulate the buttons as needed. So that's something I can work on. That's not terrible. I'm not too worried about that. So all in all, not bad. This thing is pretty deadly, especially when you get a good hang of it. Oh boy, I can see you causing a lot of problems with this. I could definitely see some good uses for this in missions, that's for sure. Well, just hang out for a few minutes, guys. Just gonna enjoy the sounds of the Apache on the flight back. It's got a pretty mellow sound to it, so I'm just gonna stop yapping for a little, and I'll be back with you once we come in for the landing approach. have been bad. Come on, Bugs, you can land this thing. I don't care where it lands at this point. Just get on the ground and don't do that. What?
Aircraft's armed.
Rotor RPM low.
Aircraft's armed.
No. That was not okay. I was not okay with that one bit. No. I am sorry about that, guys. I am a little pissed about that landing. I'm actually a lot of it pissed about that landing. I'm not going to lie. I am going to work on that. I do not accept that whatsoever. At least we made it down in one piece, which is nice. And we didn't break anything. Yeah, I'm not okay with that landing. Well, at least we got to get the weapons off. That worked out. We did take a few hits on it, no damage to it, so I'm okay with that. I really hope you guys found that one entertaining, and you can learn from my mistakes. I'm going to be doing this again quite a bit with the Apache, just to get a little bit more of a handle of it. We got to set a few more controls up as they come to find out, but that's all part of the learning process. I really hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe for more, and until the next sortie, strap in, arm up the seat, and keep flying.